Have you ever felt like your neck is just jammed up, really stiff, really painful, and you can't move it? Particularly, well, especially rotating or side bending. Maybe forward and backwards isn't too bad, but the rotation, the side bending, you just can't do it. You don't know why it happened out of the blue. You most likely are dealing with a condition called torticollis. That comes from a Latin term, torticollis, which means twisted neck. Now the thing about torticollis is it can happen with infants and it can happen with adults. And with adults in particular, the causes of torticollis aren't well known. There's theories that torticollis can be precipitated by a draft, particularly if we're sleeping, a draft through a window into a cold room. We may wake up with that real feeling of a stiff and jammed neck. But ultimately, the cause of a torticollis isn't 100% known, but it's super debilitating. With torticollis, we'll often even have a deviation in the way that our head is positioned on our shoulders. We may be slightly rotated and unable to come back to center, or slightly leant over and unable to straighten up. And it can be debilitating to the point where we can't function. We can't function with home duties, we can't function with any recreational pastimes, we can't function with work or school or education. It absolutely can debilitate us. It also can start to radiate down and get into the shoulder blades, where any type of movement we bring on into our already aggravated neck can jab into the shoulder blades and just feel like someone's getting that knife straight into the shoulder blade and giving it a gentle twist. Super debilitating. Well, what can you do about it? Well, the first thing to understand is it's going to go. There is hope. Do not give up on hope. Torticollis is one of those problems where when you're in the midst of an attack of it, you may be very, very concerned of, am I always going to be like this because it's that painful? But it will go. But it often takes a little bit of time to disappear. Torticollis, if it's treated by somebody with a hands-on approach, such as a chiropractor, it can improve and hasten the recovery 100%. But still, what I notice in my clinical experience is you may have an improvement to a certain level quite quickly. Meaning if your pain was 10 out of 10, it might go from 10 down to 5 reasonably quickly in the space of a week or so. But to get from 5 back to feeling like it's to normal may take a little bit longer, but it will eventually go. Unfortunately, torticollis is one of those situations which can return. You can't really do much about it. You can't really do anything in advance to necessarily and definitely prevent it. However, good health through your neck is certainly something that will minimize your likelihood of suffering torticollis and will also mean that if you do have a bout of it, it will disappear more quickly. So what I mean by good health through your neck is, well, first of all, maintaining a curve and uprightness through your own neck. So in general, that is realizing that your ears are meant to be over the center of your shoulder. So your ears are meant to be over your shoulder, not like that. So that is carrying on through your daily life with correct posture. Well, that's a good thing for your neck in general and certainly something to always consider. Now, if you're in the midst of a torticollis attack, then some things you can do yourself in terms of self-stretching, self-movement. Well, you're going to be limited by your pain, and quite often you'll be able to move one way much more easily than the other way. So you may be able to rotate this way like that and this way just like that. But doing neck rotations both directions is something to do, but only to within pain levels. So you might do this way and hold it for 10 to 15 seconds, and then do this way for 10 to 15 seconds. And then the same thing, you may be limited with side bending one way much more than the other. So side bend one way to 10 to 15 seconds, side bend the other way. Now I'm showing you a reduction going that way as if I had torticollis affecting my left side. 10 to 15 seconds. So those are great exercises to regularly do to keep your neck as mobile as possible yourself if you are going through a torticollis episode. Also, in my experience, unless it's the first day that you have the torticollis, if it's beyond the first day, keep your neck warm. Keep a scarf around it if the weather's cold, put hot packs onto it, but keep your neck warm. And particularly, it's good that your neck is warm before you do your exercises, your rotations and your side bendings. And something to definitely avoid, and something which I know people sometimes do, is a neck type of movement where they do circles. Please do not do circles. They are not the right type of movement to do in general with your neck, but particularly if you have a torticollis. So sideways and rotate only. Now, one little extra tip. So let's say we're doing our rotation and we get to our end point and it's there. Then what you could also do, and this is called PNF stretching, is you can go this way and you can put your hand onto your cheek here and push into your hand as if my hand wasn't there, my head would come back to midline. My hand is stopping my cheek from moving. And I'll count to 5 and relax. Then I'll just take it a little further and do it again. Counting to 5, pushing into my palm, relax. And a little bit further. Count to 5 and relax. That will increase your range of movement gently. Now you've got to do these things within your, there will be some pain, but within your limitations. You can also do the same with the side bending. You can come over to the side and put your hand here, and push into your hand like you're coming back to midline. So I'm pushing into my hand, counting to 5, relax. Over a bit further, push in to 5, and further, push in to 5. And obviously repeat that even in the direction that things feel like they're quite mobile. So preliminary is just the rotations and side bendings, no circles. And then once you've done that, maybe for a day or two, increase what you're doing by still doing those range of movement exercises, but adding in the PNF resistance type movements to the exercises. It will go away. Also, consult with a health practitioner. Consult with someone who uses their hands, knows what to feel for, knows what to do, because it will facilitate the recovery and will increase or will reduce, I should say, the time taken to recover. I hope this has been useful to you. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll do my best to answer wherever you are. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.